Hello everyone, welcome to Sacred Heart School Study Help Guide. This is your Mamta Miss. Welcome back to Part 6 class of Class 8 English to Literature Chapter 1 The Adventure of the Speckled Band. So recap of the previous class. Holmes investigates Julia's chamber and finds out a thick bell rope which hung beside the bed. Holmes finds strange features in Julia's chamber. Holmes examines Dr. Rollett's chamber and finds out a small saucer of milk under his bed. Holmes is suspicious of a pet anchored to the floor, a bell cord that doesn't work, and a ventilator hole between Julia's room and Dr. Rollett's chamber. Holmes and Watson plot to spend the night in Julia's old room. Holmes asks Helen Stoner to signal them by opening the shutters of her window and put her lamp to indicate that his stepfather is asleep. So this is the recap of the previous class, my dear students. So let us go for the next part of the class. So just open your books and open this page, and we have to just start our class now. Yes, 2 hours passed slowly, and then at the stroke of 11 we saw a single bright light shining in our direction. So as I told you, my dear students, Holmes and Mr. Watson, isn't it? Both were waiting for the signal, and the signal was given by whom? By Helen Stoner. So 2 hours passed slowly, and then at the stroke of 11 we saw a single bright light. So after 2 hours at the strike of 11 they saw a single bright light which was shining in our direction. Means that was a signal given by whom? By Helen Stoner. That is our signal, said Holmes, springing to his feet. Yes, now it was a signal for them to get ready for the case. We entered the grounds through the gaps in the old wall. Once we were inside the bedroom, Holmes whispered in my ear, the least sound would be fatal to our plants. We must sit without a light. Do not fall asleep. Your very life may depend upon it. Now the case starts in the Julia's chamber. Now they entered in the gaps in the old wall. Once they were inside the bedroom. Whose bedroom? Julia's. Holmes whispered in my ear. So now, earlier it was Julia's chamber, but now at present Helen Stoner was staying there, and when they entered, now already they are inside the present Helen Stoner's room. Holmes whispered slowly in the ears of Watson. And what did he say? The least sound would be fatal to our plants. Means the sound, they should not make any sound, or means somebody they should know. Nobody should know that somebody is present in the bedroom, isn't it? Because they are going to solve the case, the mystery case, and they should be very silent enough to get successful in their plan. So we must sit without a light. That means there should be no sound and no light in the room. Do not fall asleep. So when there is no sound and no light, here he says you should not fall asleep to Watson. Your very life may depend upon it. Means what? If you fall asleep, if you are asleep, your life may be in risk. So just stay awake. Holmes had brought with him a long thin cane which he placed beside him on the bed. Beside it, he laid a box of matches and a stump of a candle. Then he turned down the lamp, and we were left in darkness. Now, as he had given instruction to Watson, and here now Holmes was carrying a long thin cane in his hand, which he placed beside on the bed, and beside that he also had a box of matches and a stump of a candle. Then he turned down the lamp now, and they were left now in darkness. The room was now total dark. For the next few minutes, we sat in a state of dreadful vigil. So, here for the next few minutes, we sat in a state of dreadful vigil. Means what? They were awake now. Okay, so they were awake. The act of staying awake and keeping watching on it. Something they are going to do it, isn't it? I started sweating from the tension. I mean, so here, Watson was really tensed that what Holmes is going to do, he was not aware. But in the darkness, he was totally sweating. Suddenly, a sound became audible. So as it was dark enough and they were without sound, they were in a corner of the room. But suddenly, a sound became audible. They were able to hear a sound. A very gentle, soothing sound like that of a small jet of steam escaping continually from a kettle. You know, my dear, I can give another example also. When your mama puts something in the pressure cooker, how the sound comes? Shh, isn't it? This type of sound was audible to them. The moment we heard it, we mean so here, Watson and Holmes. Holmes sprang from the bed, struck a match and lashed furiously with his cane at the bell pull. You can see in this picture. Okay? The moment we heard it, the sound, Holmes just sprang from the bed. Immediately he just turned up near the bed, struck a match. You see the candle is there now in his hand, isn't it? And lashed furiously with his cane at the bell pull. Means something, he gave a very hard strike. To whom? To the bell pull. I can show you another picture also and you will be aware of it, how the things were going on inside the room. This picture shows, you can see the candle in the hands of Holmes. They were hiding, Watson and Holmes, okay, hiding, and you can see the cane in the hands of Holmes and a matchstick here, okay. They were hiding here in the Julius chamber, okay. And the next picture we go here. As I told you, when they heard a sound, when a sound was audible, what did Holmes do? He immediately just got up near the bed. You can see here how Holmes is on the bed, and you can see how just he rose his can and how he is giving a hit to the home. You see the swamp adder, the poisonous snake. My dear students, how sizzling moment it would be, isn't it? You see a swamp adder in the thick bell rope which is hung here. You can see how sizzling moment that Holmes, without any fear, he just gives a strike with his cane to the poisonous snake. Now here you can ask, I want to show you how this is the Julius chamber, the present where Helen Storer is staying. You can see how the entry of this poisonous snake comes and exits to the Royler's chamber. I will show you the picture now. This is the picture. You can see very clearly. I have zoomed it and you can see very clearly this is Sherlock Holmes, okay, just in a cane in his hand, and he is just giving what? A sharp strike on the swamp adder, okay, and you can see the swamp adder here, okay, right, my dear students? Good. Yes, see, my dear students, how it is. Wow, the swamp adder, the poisonous snake. You see the small ventilator is here, isn't it? And through this small ventilator there is a hole, isn't it? And through this hole, this swamp adder, the poisonous snake, enters into the Julius room. My God, it's very sizzling. Goosebumps are coming in my body. I do not know what about you or my students, but you can see the poisonous snake, how it enters to the Julius room, the speckled band, isn't it? Now it comes in this way through this bell rope, thick bell rope, and you see the exit now. And it goes in this way again back. Okay? Entry and exit now. Are you clear now, my dear students? Let's go back now. Okay? Now you can see how furiously with his cane, okay, lashed furiously with his cane at the bell pull. You see it, Watson, he yelled. You see it. Holmes said to Watson, you see. He shouted like anything, and he wanted to show to Watson what was that. He had ceased to strike and was gazing up at the ventilator. He has totally ceased to the strike, means stopped there, and was gazing up at the ventilator through which the swamp adder has come, isn't it? When suddenly the silence of the night was broken by the most horrible cry I have ever heard. That means when there was a strike given water to the swamp adder, immediately it went back to whose room? To the royalist's chamber, back, isn't it? Because the ventilator was the only source of entering and exiting, isn't it? The only source for the swamp adder. So here, now he had ceased to strike and was gazing over the ventilator, but suddenly the silence of the night was broken by a most horrible cry. What can it mean? I gasped. It means that it is all over. Holmes answered, we will now enter the Dr. Royler's room. Because when the swamp adder has gone back to the Royler's chamber, now Holmes says that yes, it's all over now. Let's go back now to Royler's room. So you can see it was an unusual sight which met our eyes. Dr. Roylott sat on a wooden chair. His eyes were fixed in a dreadful, rigid stare at the corner of the ceiling. Bound tightly round his head was a peculiar yellow band with brownish speckles. Did you understand, my dear students? When the speckled band was stricken with the cane, immediately, because it was a very dangerous snake and a poisonous snake, it got angry and moved back towards Royler's chamber. And with an angry mood, when he saw Roylott in front of him, it was finished. Everything was over. What did he do here? He just stared. You can see it was binded totally tightly round his head was a peculiar yellow band. I will show you the picture. You see how the speckled band was tightly around the head of the Dr. Roylott. This is end of Dr. Roylott. My dear students, you see how his eyes are. Whose eyes? Dr. Roylott's eye. And you see the speckled band around the head of the Dr. Roylott. Isn't it? This was really a very, very dangerous mystery case to solve by Holmes. And now the plan Dr. Roylott has made for his two daughters, finally it killed him. Isn't it? What we do? When we open a ditch for others, we ourselves just go inside it. Isn't it, my dear students? Never think ill of others. When we think ill of others, there is someone to think ill of ourselves, ill of us. See how Dr. Roylott thought ill. He was planning everything to kill both his daughter and take all the property which was written by his wife, isn't it? So in that case, you can see what happened here. When he started, he thought of killing his two daughters. Now finally, he was killed by the same speckled band, the same poisonous snake which he adopted for whom? For his two daughters. Now just once we go back, now you can see the band, the speckled band, whispered Holmes. So when it was an unusual sight which they had seen in the Dr. Roylott's chamber, where Dr. Roylott was sitting on the wooden chair and his eyes were fixed in a very dreadful rigid stare at the corner of the ceiling, and bound tightly round his head was a peculiar yellow band. And what was that? He said, band, the speckled band. You can see, you can remember, my dear students, when Julia, when he fell on the ground, pointing towards whom? Towards the stepfather's room, and said that it was the band, speckled band. The same way here Holmes also shouted that it was the band, the speckled band. So my dear students, hope this story might be clear. already 6 video. This is the 6th video. Just go through these all 6 videos, and the pictures, you will feel like a cinema, sitting at the house and seeing cinema and watching a movie, and just understand it. In my next video, the last part of the chapter will have it, and you will go through it. Okay, my dear? So, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.